Okay, so bear with me as I show you this dancer. It's crucial to understand this. The dancer spins in one direction. If you see her spinning counterclockwise, your left brain, logic-driven, fact-based, seeing things in black and white. If you see her spinning clockwise, your right brain, creative, emotional, and you embrace all the shades of gray. Now let's apply this metaphor to local TV stations. Left brain executives are essential. They focus on sales, data, ratings, and profit. TV news is traditionally a left brain endeavor.
Good evening.
But it's so left brain lethargic, following in the footsteps of newspapers. Here's what no one will tell you. When you put your left brain newscast on a right brain creative medium like television, there's a disconnect. It used to be local stations would buy their right brain shows, but with the collapse in syndication, they now must produce them themselves. And many stations have no reference for how to produce personalities and do it cost effectively. Every successful right brain show is personality driven, including all of mine.
Little prairie dogging.
Full of emotion.
I want nothing more than to hold my baby in my arms.
Stirring up feelings.
Now let's go ahead and check our oil. You gotta pull out your dipstick.
Expressing vulnerability.
And, my dad once told me, I tell my parents they were put on the planet just to be mine. And there are signs to this, I promise. And my dad, Rusty, once said, you get what you give, and then you give some more,
Going there.
How much could I make a night? I'm not saying I'm gonna do that. I mean, unless the price is right.
How good are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Then I can.
Taking a risk.
Barbara, I'll give you $5 if you pour your coffee down over the side. Come on, $5 is in it for you. She's doing it. I owe her $5.
Oops.
And creating connection.
Just a couple of days after this interview, we found out Destiny died.
You fall in love with the characters and empathize with them, something you can't do with left brain data. You've got to engage with empathy.
I only know this world as being a black woman. I woke up a black woman, I'm gonna die a black woman. Yeah. I'm excited to be a black woman, but sometimes I'm tired because I'm a black woman.
It's all about making viewers care.
Please, emotionally, intellectually, aesthetically, just make me care.
Nick Cannon has announced he's starring in a reality show on the E! Network called Who's Having My Baby?
He's not a chance. Are you serious?
You've gone through hundreds of TV channels, just switching channel after channel, and then suddenly you actually stop on one.
And the eager winner agrees to give birth to Nick's 13th child.
That can't be real.
And you're drawn in, and you care. That's not by chance, that's by design.
Of course we designed this for our shows. That Nick Cannon story was a great, teasable story, which led viewers to conflicting emotions.
That's too much.
Okay, stop. Right there. This announcement that went viral is a gag orchestrated by comedian Kevin Hart.
The line producer didn't even want to put the story in the show. Today's line producers, with zero life experience and as generic as this stock footage, are sabotaging their own shows because they don't get it. Storytelling is data with emotion. And hello?
Yo. Hello?
No one combines data with emotion better than the right brain executives at Apple. They are masters at appealing to emotion and the cool factor. Talk about cool. Even Kamala used emotion to appeal to voters.
Sorry, Mary Catherine Gallagher.
As audiences move to other screens, you've got to pivot your newscast to personality-driven formats. Your digital platforms are underperforming because your content-driven newscasts are pumping out hour after hour of live left-brain content that fails to connect with viewers. It's repetitive, unstreamable, and doesn't fuel your digital strategy. Right-brain shows do. They grab an audience. Look at how this interview is staged, shot, and directed.
What, a month ago?
A month ago?
Yeah.
You've been watching us for a month.
Cut.
You look terrible a month ago.
Like a talk show. Look at how the color contrast is vibrant, like wet paint.
It didn't take us that long.
Look at how the hosts are seated in the center of the action. Look at how fans brought in adds to the impact. And guess what? A second song that didn't air feeds your digital platforms with a consumable, click-ready exclusive that creates a connection. I've spent more than 30 years making that connection. My name is Raymond J. Bruni. I'm a right brain rainmaker. Like the KTLA Morning News, which I created, the highest rated local morning newscast ever. That format turned into a 30-plus year franchise.
Man, it's like 8:26 and they're already hard at it. He's not impressed. He's not impressed. He's not playing with us at all this morning. It's like, get that helicopter away from here.
How about this guy?
Yeah, look at this guy.
Nah, he's busy.
Exploding expectations with the WGN Morning News.
We put the suck in Sec C.
Which I helped launch. And I've written the Right Brain Playbook that works. Again.
You guys absolutely own LA News. I mean, this is just morning news on steroids, and I love it.
And again.
Pride that we take in beating off the pants of...
What? Beating the pants off Matt Lauer and George Stephanopoulos every morning.
And again.
And kiss me!
Get in my belly!
You might think I'm advocating for creating expensive stars. No way. We'll always need local marquee talent to attract audiences. But the key is to help you shift those viewers across your platforms.
Why am I yawning so much?
It's not about paying stars. It's about managing their connection with the audience. So why hasn't anyone on your staff figured this out? Come on, they're left brain. It's not their fault. They can't figure out something they don't feel. Let me make this clear. This pivot is about style and presentation.
But Noel's saying no, it's because Liam's no good and it wasn't about my clothing line. I never even brought up my clothing line. And then they're going back and forth and then they go sit in the front row and stare at each other again, throw stuff at each other and drink lots of whiskey and scream. Because that's what Oasis does. And I hope all of this leads to a new album because that's all I care about.
Right? Not compromising news coverage. Personality-driven newscasts excel at news coverage because viewers want to watch their friends giving them the news. For you left-brainers, here's the raw data. In 2023, viewers described an out-of-the-box newscast, wanting empathy, engagement, personalization, and connection. And in 2024, viewers say they are more engaged with personalities who are authentic and make a personal connection. And for you right-brainers, here's the raw emotion.
Brought you flowers for Mother's Day.
God! This is the biggest surprise in my life. My God, I never expected this.
Will you give me a hug?
This quick story perfectly illustrates my point. A few years ago, I sent my boss, a CEO, an email pleading with him to re-up an anchor's contract. An anchor who I coached into a jump-off-the-screen personality over the previous year. The response from the CEO was essentially a reprimand, quote, "We don't fall in love with our talent here." My reply, "Then how do you expect your viewers to?" That exchange reveals the disconnect in newsrooms nationwide. Local stations are rapidly becoming irrelevant because of something even Arthur Carlson at WKRP knew.
Oh, this is a good town, Venus. We're responsible people here. No.
And that sentiment must be reflected in the hometown shows that connect us to the faces and places where we live and love. That community connection is just one of the many immediate benefits of going right brain. You'll see audience engagement and retention, diverse content, and your programs will evolve with the times. And guess what? I buried the lead. Personality-driven shows don't cost more than left brain shows. Best-selling author Daniel H. Pink says right-brainers and right-brain companies will rule the future. Let's rule your market and your platforms with content that's alive and dazzling, with passionate personalities whose enthusiasm is contagious. To experience personality-driven results like mine, with viewers falling in love with your shows, you need to do something very right brain. Take a leap of faith. Go here to see how I do it.